Greetings to everyone. This is Sunu Amachi, Priestess Amachi of the Soon Seneb Wellness Podcast, and I hope all is going well with you all. And we are in the eclipse season as well as the spring season. Spring equinox happened on the 19th of March, and we are here. The new beginnings have begun. The new astrological new year we have as well, and I hope that you all have taken advantage of this energy and use it to your good so that we can move forward into this new energy. And I wanted to pop on here really quickly because touch base about moving into this new season as well as the eclipse season. Aries is the marker of the new spring season as well, the astrological new year. So why not call in and touch base with all of my listeners and to just also have a moment to acknowledge this energy. So recently, I have a blog on my website, and you can, my website is through Wix. So my website is www.assoonnaturals.com. And so you can get on my mailing list through there. And also I blog on my website as well. So you can see the actual blog. And I do blogs from time to time on my website. And this one was pretty short. I just wanted to acknowledge, again, the spring season, the spring equinox. And so this is what I wrote for the blog. We honor the changes of seasons with the spring equinox, as well as the start of the astrological new year in Aries. We are at the beginning of the eclipse season as well. On March 25th, we will have our first lunar eclipse at 5 degrees of Libra. And it's also a full moon. And I didn't put that in there, but I was just writing off the top of my head. So we have a lunar eclipse at 5 degrees of Libra and a full moon as well. So and also the lunar, the Libra moon is also in the, we also have Libra in the South Node during this time. We have our nodes as well. So our South Node is what we want to leave behind. So, which is also the South Node energy we are attempting to leave behind as a collective. Old relationships that no longer align, habits, etc. Or is it time to make some changes in your relationships of all kinds? That's happening right now during this energy. A full moon, we are, trying to, we're at the full, so we're trying to release what no longer is good for us or serves us or at our highest good. And so we are at the top of the waning of the moon. The waxing of the moon. And then we will be waning as we go back down to the new moon. So nevertheless, spring is here. And the ancients knew that this was the time to plant our ideas as well as our food. We honor Neb Men and Nebet Hetzeru, as Neb Men is the energy of and god of planting in the soil. Nebet Hetzeru is the goddess of joy, of opulence, fertility, and abundance. We also give thanks to Yeye Oshun for the shift in fertile energy, and Orisha Oko for planting and working the land. And we know that when we plant and work the land, we get a harvest. We hope that we get a harvest at the end of the planting season. So I wanted to, add that in as we are in this new energy. And also, Soon Naturals is offering 15% off of all of the services that we offer. That includes spiritual readings, natal charts, etc. are included. Many of our services can be done via Google, Duo, and Zoom, as well as phone, and of course in person. And the code for the 15% off all of services is springtime. at our checkout. So I had that in there too. I want people, to take advantage, of this we are in the new year. So this is a good time to get your readings as well. I also said that I wrote somewhere else in a post on Instagram that as we quickly approach our spring equinox, which we had on March 19th, as soon as our first eclipse, lunar eclipse in Libra, things are brightening up and moving forward to open for us, whether it's through reflection. So if you have Scorpio in the 12th house, you have Scorpio, it's in the 12th house right now in terms of the lunar eclipse. Relationships, individuality, resources that person would possibly be with whoever has something in the 2nd or 8th house. And I know for 2nd house, it is Virgo. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is Virgo. It's Virgo. And of course, Libra has the 1st house because it is the lunar eclipse in Libra as well. So family, associates, etc., career, etc. Aries season is here, and it's time to start anew. Daylight, we have more daylight and more daylight in our day. And so I also had a little quirk where I said, however, I wish they would stop manipulating our time and energy and health with their idea of daylight savings time and spring forward. And so, I wanted to, this kind of touch base about this time. Some people, we've always observed the eclipse seasons. We've always observed, the full moon, new moons, in antiquity. We have people who, seem to be bothered by that for some reason, but, it's just that more people are bringing it forward. So it's not anything new. However, just more on the lunar eclipse and the Libra full moon that happened is happening today on the 25th. Lunar eclipse can balance your relationships. Libra full moon and lunar eclipse partnership and cooperation are in the spotlight, as this year's only Libra full moon on March 25th at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time revs up our dynamic duos, but what you see might not be exactly what you get. The moon kicks off the eclipse season, and March 2024, Libra full moon is a lunar eclipse, which could conceal some important facts. Be careful who you fully say right now. Check them out, especially if you're trying to date. You need to check them out before you just assume that whatever they say is, copacetic. Beware of the Mercury retrograde, because we're going to be having that coming forth. So we are in pre-Mercury retrograde, 2 weeks after the Libra full moon and lunar eclipse. So on April 8th, the skies serve up a total solar eclipse in Aries. In this eclipse season between the March 25th lunar eclipse in Libra and the April 8th solar eclipse in Aries, communication planet Mercury turns retrograde in Aries from April 1st through the 25th. So, yeah, just be very careful in your conversations. Be very clear in your communications. Try not to speak with tact as much as possible during this time, because things can be taken the wrong way and people could take it personally and get a hot head. Be very careful on the roads, because Mars also is connected to Heracute, Ogun energy. So people can become very aggressive in their communications and on the roads. So with Mercury retrograde, you want to take your time when you're traveling. Take your time, wherever you go. Maybe rethink a trip. Maybe rethink, flying somewhere. Maybe recheck your schedule to see if you have an event that you have scheduled. Maybe it's canceled. Maybe it's not the time to attend. I'm not putting fear out there. I'm just saying, believe me, people think this stuff is a fluke, but for instance, my husband's phone just died today. It just totally died. He can't charge it. He doesn't know why I died, so it's like nothing. He can't do anything with the phone. And it was fine. So we can say all we want, that, oh, this stuff doesn't affect me, whether you're aware of it or not. It does affect. If it doesn't affect you, it affects someone around you. It can affect your devices, as well as your travel and things like that. So we do want to be aware of that. I have seen more and more aggressive drivers on the road, and I've said this several times in my previous discussions, about phone, not phone, about talking, as I talked about these things before in other broadcast episodes, of just the aggressiveness on the roads. I've had people literally like try to speed past me on the road because they felt I wasn't driving fast enough, to literally enter into a residential area where you shouldn't even be going over 25 miles an hour, but they totally would disregard that. And people have children, people have pets, you have, people just crossing the street, trying to cross the street. You have elders, taking walks, and people on bikes. It's so much more to consider now, when driving. So we have to be very careful out here. So when I come back, I will wrap up and we will have more discussion. Ashe. Well, I attempted to save my work, but I was unable to. So I just wanted to, again, just again say thank you for listening, and to remember to embrace this spring season. I know it's still chilly in some places. I have to be really careful with that undercurrent of cold weather, even though it's considered spring season. But you still need to work on your immune system and keeping that strong during this time, because it is still cold in some areas, and it's not, even though we do see things are shifting in terms of the trees and things like that, and people are starting to plant. It's still a chill in the air, so take care of your immune system and your health as well. And always remember to, um, work with the seasons, eat the foods that are in season, and also do the things that, this is a good time though, you should be working to clean out your liver, from the heavy foods that you had during the during the winter time. So yes, please do that. All right, well, give thanks, and thank you for all participating and listening to me today, and have a wonderful, wonderful spring season. Ashe.